Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Ithaqua's Bane, covering all manner of tabletop gaming. Before we start, please take a moment to like and subscribe, add comments, ring the bell, would really help me out. Thank you very much, and let us begin. Right, before we go back to town, let's find out if we get any more extra loot. TCT1 was the one I forgot to do. TCT1, T-chest, table 1. So we're rolling on here, we're rolling 2d6. There are no modifiers, no modifiers. So we get 9. Some rubbish has been thrown into the box. In it, you find some leather cord and some black feathers. Well, I'm pretty sure leather. Pretty sure that I saw feathers here as well. Leather, as again here as well. But was there feathers? Oh, meow, hi, meow, meow. Black feathers. Oh, look. Shh. Yeah, okay. You're getting your 5 minutes of fame. Shush. Black feathers +1 for Intuneric the Merc. Excellent. So we've got some nice little offerings for the gods out of this chest. So I shall write leather cord and black feathers onto my character sheet, and then we will go to town. Now remember, there will only be one exit per level that you can find to go back to town, and you can only go back to town once per level. So the choice of when you leave the dungeon to go back to town can be very important indeed. When you come back to the dungeon after going back to town, basically you crawl back down here in this position here, not the main entrance, and essentially the shaft kind of collapses in after you, so you can't use it anymore. You've then basically just got to continue on your journey. So yeah, choice of when to exit is pretty important, but we have found the stairs down, so exiting now is not a problem because we've completed everything. Right, so we go back to town. Now, town is covered in, starting on page 33. So there's a number of things that you can do when you go back to town. You can find out what happened to any prisoners that you helped to escape. You can also visit a number of places in the town. Now, the rules say you can only visit each location one time. So the market, there's also an engraver where you can put the runes that you can find. I think runes can only be found on level 3+, but you can visit the engraver to put runes onto your weapons to make them a lot more deadly. The herbalist, where you can buy herbs, rations, and then after you've done that, you've got a choice, because those are considered daytime options. At night, you've got a choice of either going to the tavern or going to the temple. Plus, you could, if you want to, go to the town hall and take part in an arm wrestling challenge. That's a little bit risky at low levels because you can lose money. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to visit the town hall, not when I'm low level. I don't think it's worth it, to be honest. And again, with my dice rolls, I can afford losing 10 gold. But I am going to visit the market. I don't have any runes, so I can't visit the engraver. Herbalist, I'm not going to have enough money for that. Rations, possibly. And then I'm thinking, see, at the tavern, you can get, I don't know, quite a variety of different things can happen to you. But again, there are some negatives. You can get benefits when you go back to the dungeon. You can get extra hit points. The thing is that the temple is a safer option, especially at lower levels. Basically, you can go to the temple and you can get a free favor point for a god of your choice. And like I say, at lower levels, I tend to play it safe. At higher levels, yeah, take some risks. But what we're going to do first, we have gone through the exit, the ventilation shaft. We've come back to town. First thing I'm going to do is find out what happened to those prisoners that we helped to escape, of which there were 2. So for each prisoner, you're going to roll on this table here, a d6, to find out if there were any rewards, if they were somebody important, or nothing. They just ran away and be really selfish. So what we're going to do, we are going to roll 2d6 because we have 2 liberated prisoners, and we're going to see what we get. So we roll 2d6. We get a 4 and a 5. Okay, so the 4, you hear that the prisoner was a pious worshipper of a random god. Roll on GOT1 and gain a favor point for that god. Ooh, that's quite nice. We'll do that in a second. And then we got a 5. The prisoner finds you and gifts some herbs. Roll on HST1. Again, very nice. I mean, to be honest, I would have preferred the 6, the 4d6 gold, but I'm not going to say no. Okay, so we've got 2 things to do now. Let me just move this out of the way for a second. We're rolling to find out a god, and we're rolling to find herbs. Right, the god table, GOT1, is not there. God table 1, page 15, here we go. Right, so we're rolling for a random god, and we get 1 favor point as our reward. Okay, so we're rolling d6. We get a 2. Intuneric the Merc. Oh, I just found black feathers for that one, didn't I? Intuneric the Merc. Yeah, I just found some black feathers. Okay, I just need to I just need to find a place where I can make an offering and I can get 2 more favor points. All right, sweet. So I get 1 favor point for Intuneric the Merc. Very, very nice. We also have to roll to find out what random herbs we get. Just 1, okay, no modifier. So we're rolling on HST1. We get a 4. We get some Malaco leaves. Is there a special place for the herbs? I don't think there is. Okay, Malaco leaves. Malaco leaves. Here we go. Malaco leaves. A tough, rubbery, dark green leaf that tastes bitter. Chewed Malaco, only ingredient. It's a healing balm. 1 of 2 ingredients, not used in potion bombs. Okay. So we can do a couple of things with this. We can chew it by itself to heal 1 hit point. Or we can combine it with... Oh, it's the one on the other side. Ilios petals. And we can basically create like a healing balm which can heal 10 hit points. Okay. Right. What does it say here? So the herbs can be used for herbal remedies. If you've got the right combination, you can immediately make D3 doses and add to your item list. All the herbs are used up through this process. All right. Every time you make a herbal remedy, apart from chewed Malaco, where you don't do nothing, you get 5 XP per experience level. So I've basically got a choice. I can keep the leaves as they are and hope to find Ilios petals, or I can create D3 chewed Malaco. You see, if I don't use them now, do I roll the D3 now? But then if I find Ilios petals, I have to just make as many as the D3 that I rolled for this. So for example, if I find Ilios petals later on in the dungeon and I decide to combine with the Malaco leaves that I haven't used, do I then just get the number of doses that I rolled for the Malaco leaves? I think that makes sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll the D3 now just to see how much I get. Here we go. Right, I've only got 1. So, so I can either chew it for 1 hit point. Wow. Or I can try and find some Ilios petals. If I do, I can then combine with the leaves and get just 1 dose of healing balm. I think that's what I'm going to do, because 1 hit point, I don't think it's going to do much good. But we shall see. Maybe that 1 hit point is the difference between me dying and surviving. So we will do that. So I got a favor point and I got some Malaco leaves. I have no more liberated prisoners. I've got the rewards for those guys. Right, next thing. I can heal up. I want to do that now in case anything happens. So I can heal up. So I'm back up to maximum health. I also have a 196 experience. I need 500 to go up to level 3. Still got a ways to go for that. Right, and now I want to visit the market. Now the market you can use to sell and buy goods. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and sell first. So selling, first establish what you want to sell and its value. For miscellaneous items, calculate the total value based on values of miscellaneous items table and halve it. So that is in here, if I can find it. There we go. So the basic items here, we can add them all up together and we halve the value. So let me just get a piece of paper. Right, so let me add up everything we've got and then we can see how much it's all going to be worth. So we have a cloak, which is worth 12 silver. My new pencil just broke already. We got a buckle, which is worth 8 gold. And we have that hammer, don't we? We have a tool hammer. Got my handwriting, which is also worth 5 gold. Do I want to sell anything else? Could sell some pouches. Pouches worth anything? They're only worth 10 copper. It's not worth it. 1 silver, but then it's halved anyway, so it's like 5 copper. Okay, so forget that. There's nothing else I want to sell. Right, so that's it. Not a lot, to be honest, but let's see what we do next. Yeah, it says value, so I'm thinking gems retain their full value, but everything else halves. Well, that's a bit of a swine, isn't it? All right, so we have basically got 8, 9, basically got 14 gold and 2 silver worth of items here. So we've got to halve that, so it becomes 7 gold and 1 silver. Well, that's not very good at all, is it? Wow, what an extremely high amount of money. But we don't sell for that amount. We have to check. On bartering, we could basically lose more money or we could earn a little bit more. So on the market bartering table, we have to roll 2d6 plus my level minus my precision. So I'm adding +1 and then just consult the table. So 2d6 plus 1 and we will see what we get. 2d6 plus 1, 5. All right. You come out thinking you did well, but when you add it up, you find you've lost 10% of the sell price rounded up. Or 10% rounded up is 7 and 1. Wow, excellent. Okay, let us update our character sheet. 1 minute. Right, so all my treasure's gone. I've also knocked off the hammer as well. So we now have 28 gold, 38 silver and 28 copper. And the exchange is like 10-10. So basically I've got 3.8 gold in terms of silver. This isn't good at all, is it? Oh, and I have done level 1. Okay. That's not good at all. All right. Let us continue with the game. Let's continue with the game. So we have visited the bartering. Now to buy, you've got to pay full price. So for purchasing, you don't actually have to do the bartering. The bartering is only for selling. That's not fair. Don't want the engraver, don't want the herbalist. Rations, you can buy rations for 10 silver each. You can buy a maximum of 3. I've got 3 anyway. That should be okay. It should be enough, I think. So I don't think I need to buy rations, but I do want to have a look at armor because I do think that I need more protection going into level 2. So armor, we're going to have to pay the full cost. How much have I got? I've got 28. Okay, potentially 31, potentially 32 gold. What can I get for that? I can get up to the Brigandine overcoat. But again, you can't have two pieces of armor that fit the same location. I've got a jerkin, leather braces. I mean, a jerkin is like it's like a sleeve, it's like a waistcoat kind of thing. I mean, I think I could put a jacket or an overcoat over it, I think. A breastplate, probably not, because that's probably exactly the same as the jerkin. So, I mean, I could sell the jerkin and get something else, but I think I'm gonna keep that for the moment. Coat, possibly I could wear over top. Long leather jacket, that could work. It's only 20. 3s and 2s, so primary 3s, secondary 2s. The braces would protect on primary 6s and secondary 3s. But this is only 20, that's 26. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a long leather jacket, which will cost me 20. And that way I have protection against primary 3s and 4s and secondary 2s. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to add a long leather jacket to my armor, and I'm going to subtract 20 gold. Right, back in a second. Right, so I've only got 8 gold now, but I do have another piece of armor, a long leather jacket. Now, technically they're both worn on the upper torso, but a jerkin is actually a very tight leather sleeveless jacket, which I'm thinking would be more, not undergarments, but in terms of you can put something on top. And the long leather jacket kind of reminds me of something like an overcoat kind of thing. Maybe not as extensive or as big as an overcoat, but something sort of in between. So I'm thinking that I can justify the long leather jacket over the jerkin, simply because a jerkin is described as a sleeveless, tight sort of torso jacket protector. So I'm thinking that the jacket can be worn over that. The breastplate couldn't, because it's very specifically the same kind of location. So I'm thinking I can do that. So I've now got an extra piece of armor. So now I'm protected on primary 4s and 3s and secondary 2s. Still only a -1 to the damage, though. That's the thing. So we'll have to improve that as we get more treasure. Right. What do we do now? Now we're still in town. We have done the market. We've done the prisoners. We're not going to the engraver. We're not going to the herbalist or the ration. So now it's evening. So we have a choice now to go to either the tavern to have some random thing happen. We can go to our loot lockup. Yeah, we have a lockup, like a safe chest or something where I can keep additional items I don't want to carry with me. I don't have a lot of stuff, so I don't need that at the moment. Oh, also, on the character sheet, you do have this part here to write down your narrative moments, so you can keep record of all the interesting and exciting things that you do. I have these videos, which is covering my narrative moments. I can always go back and watch the videos if I want to reminisce. But yeah, so I'm not going to bother with the loot lockup. But what I will do is I am going to go to the temple, a place where all gods are welcome and you can meditate on their message. So I choose one of the gods, I essentially get a free favor point. I'm thinking Instructional. It's kind of, there's a message, the game's sending me a message. First of all, I find some black feathers that give me, where are you? Here you are. That actually give me 2 favor instead of 1. So that's one little hint. Then, with one of the prisoners, I actually get a favor point for Instructional as a random reward. So I'm kind of thinking the game's pushing me in that direction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the temple, say a prayer to Instructional the Merc, and get 1 favor point for that god there. Let's have a look. Instructional, I'm saying that right. is of the darkness and the unseen. He is absence. Okay. Garnet, black feathers, ebony, black beetles, coal, and ink. Okay. All right. But we've got to find somewhere where we can make an offering with the black feathers, and then I can get another 2 favour points. Right. Is there anything else that I want to do here? I can go to the town hall to take part in an arm wrestle, but to be very honest with you, I don't want to risk it just yet. It's too for me. There's just too much chance of losing stuff. Again, I'm okay. So we have finished in the town. That is all there is. You basically heal up and do those few little locations and visits and things. But I think we are now ready. I don't think there's anything else I need to do. So now we can actually go back to the dungeon. So let me just put the thing there you go. So Bjorn comes back down the ventilation shaft that he marked before. As he steps into the jail, the shaft collapses behind him, so that is no longer an exit. I can't get out that way. And the game states that you can't go out the way you came in. So we only have one path for us, and that is onwards to level 2. Right, level 2, Bjorn, we have our boundary. Again, I'm using a 20 by 30 size. This is slightly smaller. I forgot to print it out at the right scale. This is basically just printed out normal. I did actually, when I did the level 1, I did actually print it out a little bit bigger, but never mind. So we're at the entrance to level 2. For the entrance room, again, there are limits in terms of the size and whatever. You can have a space between 6 and 12, and there are 3 archway exits. So we don't need to roll the blue dice, but we do have to roll the black and the white dice, which reflect my x-axis and y-axis. So our entrance room, there's no encounters, so I don't have to worry about that. It is a 2 by 5. Maximum size is 12, so 2 by 5 is 10, which is perfectly okay. There are 3 exits, so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do like that. So it's a 2 by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it's only a 2 across. We'll do that, okay. Put the exits there. They're all archways in the entrance room. Okay, and done. Right, so this is our entrance. I'll put entrance here. Tiny letters. And now we have our 3 exits to go. Shall we do what we did last time and go left first? Or should we go straight or right? I think what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to go right first. So we're going to go out here and find out what's going to be in this room there. Right, here comes our blue dice. Right, we're going to be exploring and have a look at our first room on level 2. Here we go. Here we go. So we get a corridor, all right? So it is a 5 by 1 and there are 3 exits. Okie dokie. So 5 by 1, it's a corridor with 3 exits. Hang on a minute, on level 1, didn't I have an area like this before? I did, didn't I? Yeah. Okay. Right, I'm going to have 1 exit at the end, which means 2 other exits. So what I'm going to do is, I'll be putting an exit here. So that's 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the exit there. Okay. Sounds good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the exit square there. Okay. So I'm going to go to the end exit here, find out what's on the other side of the corridor. Okay, No exits, but it is a corridor. 3 up and 1 across. What I'm going to do is this. There. So it's a corridor, X is 1, Y is 3, and there are no exits. All right, so it's a dead end. That's it. So we are going to continue up into this direction here, this exit, and find out what's going to be up here. That's a bit better. A 4 by 5, and there are 2 exits. Okay. A 4 by 5. I could join with this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's going to join up against the wall here. Or 1, 2, 3, 4. I could join up with that there. Or I could just join the 2 together. I think that makes a bit more sense. So I'm just going to join these 2 together. So we do that. And it's going to have 2 exits. So that will be 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an exit on this side here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 2 exits, 1, 2, yeah. So that's all we have here. And like that. So we have 1 exit over in this direction here, which could fill up this area over there. Right, so we went up here. There is a 4 by 5 room with 2 exits. So again, I just to make it look nice, I just connected it up to that other doorway there. So that's 2 other exits here. So we've got 1 exit leading over to this way here, but we need to find out what that room is. It is a 4 by 5, so it is a 20 square room, so it is a normal size. And now, let's get Bjorn out of the way. We are rolling on the level 2 tables. Level 2. So level 2 rooms. Human ancestry. Right, we're rolling. Blue first. We get a 2, 6. A 2, 6 is a kennel. There are 2 wooden kennels here and a pole, attached to which by a long lead is a dog. An adept stands and releases the dog. Roll on L1D. After the dog, face the adept. Wooden doors, and it is unique. Okay. So it has wooden doors. So with wooden doors, you just draw just a basic cube, or sorry, rectangle there. So we're up against a dog and then an adept. So we're not fighting them at the same time. It's one and then the other, and this is a unique room. Okay. So this is going to be room 1. Room 1 is a kennel. Okay. Kennel. There is no treasure in the room, only what the enemies may contain, but this is unique. So there's only going to be 1 kennel in this level. Okay. So we're going to be up against a dog. L1D. 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 Where are you? L1D, level 1 dogs, D6. 6. Oh no. Uh-oh. Please tell me there's a -1 modifier. Kennel. No modifier. Okay, we're up against 2 dogs. We're up against a warhound. Doesn't sound good. And a work dog. And once I've done with those, I'm up against an adept. This is really not good. So I'm up against 3 opponents in my first level 2 room. Oh noes. Right, let me just grab the cards and we will start the combat. This is what I'm up against. Oh no. So the warhound. Oh dear. The warhound. 10 hit points, 25 XP, shift of +1. Treasure is a spiked collar. I don't think the gods are looking for that, are they? I don't think any of the gods are looking for a collar. So I'm not too sure what use that's going to be. Raised legs on primary 5. Okay, so he interrupts on primary 5s and 6s, which is my low swish. That's not good, -2 damage. He has 2 attacks, which are pretty good for low level. A vicious dog trained to fight wears a spiked collar it uses in its charge attack. Oh, so maybe if I had that scroll of melt metal, I could actually destroy the spiked collar, and then I could use it to get rid of his spiked charge attack, maybe? Instead of an interrupt? Possibly. Okay, what else we got? A work dog. 4 hit points. 4 XP, 1 shift. No treasure. Okay, interrupt, side swipe on secondary 2s. So that's my low shift as well. Swine, -2 damage. It's got 1 attack, a bite for 3. Right, now the bite I can block with my jerkin, so that'll be doing it -1. What about the warhound? 6-2. Okay, so my long leather jacket can block the bite, and 4-3. My jerkin can defend against that. Okay, so I'm defending against all of these 3. Okay, a working dog with a need to defend its owner, and although not trained to fight, still has a savage bite. So I've got to take on the 2 dogs first. If I survive that, I've then got to take on the adept. Now the adept is a level 2 enemy. These guys are level 1 enemies. 10 hit points. 70 XP. Woo! +2 shift to begin with. That's not good. We do have some treasure, a pouch, and I think it's potion. Right, it's got interrupt, a quick block on secondary 2s and 5s. So he's blocking, they're all blocking my low swish. Swines. -2 damage. Maneuvers, 4-5. Staff thrust, d6 -1. Jerkin protects against that, good. Adepts are the trusted managers of the dungeon, organizing the staff and operations. They paint red slashes on their faces, wear grey robes, and carry short staffs. Okay. He's not going to be easy, but was it he or she? Looks more like a she, I think. Okay. So we've got to take on the dogs first, and then possibly the adept. Oh, lordy. Right. So let's bring my character sheet over here. Do I want to take a potion? I mean, speed could help. I get 2 free attacks. But again, it's the first room of the dungeon. I'm gonna get a potion POT3. It looks like I'm gonna get a roll on the potion table. Where is it? Where is it? POT3. So I mean, I could get a potion afterwards. Is it worth using my speed? I think it is. I'm up against 3 opponents, and yeah. Now, if I use the potion, it can be used at any point in the adventure, even during combat. If used in combat, you miss your attack to quaff the liquid, after which the enemy gets to attack again. But you can still use your armor for both attacks. You can drink 1 potion per round of combat. So if I drink it before the combat starts, do I lose the attack for that first round? Don't think I do, does it? Because the thing is, for the scroll, it's very specific. So you can with scrolls, it's very specific that if you use the scroll before the combat starts, you get an effect. Yeah? The creature attacks first. But for magic potions, it doesn't give any specific things in terms of before combat. Any point in the adventure, even during combat, if used in combat. So technically, I mean, it says here +2 free attacks at the start of 1 combat. So I think, I don't know, I have to check afterwards, but I'm thinking that I get the 2 attacks and then the combat starts normally. Or does that replace the 1 attack that I have at the start of combat? Because it says here, if used in combat, you miss your attack, after which the enemy gets to attack again. So essentially, is that basically just giving me 1 extra attack at the start of combat if I drink it at the start of combat? I think that sounds more realistic. Let me just double check. I think I'm going to go with what sounds right, in which you take the potion, the dogs are attacking me, I'm not going to have time normally to attack, but this will give me 2 attacks instead of 1 attack at the start of combat. So I'm basically losing that 3rd attack that could be the other option. Anyhow, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drink the potion of speed. So I'm going to drink that. Again, normally I would then lose my attack, but because it's a speed potion, I'm now getting 2 attacks. Okay, so I'm getting 2 free attacks at the start of 1 combat. So that's essentially going to be my first turn, I think. I think that's how it works. Right. So we are going to be rolling the Adept. Let's put the doggies here. The Adept. I'm not worrying about the Adept yet. He's not attacking just yet, but the dogs are. They're interrupting my swish, my low swish. Both of them are interrupting my low swish. So I'm going to attack the Warhound. I'm going to attack the Warhound. So first attack, again, unless I say otherwise, I always take the dark colour first. So I'm going to attack the Warhound. We get... Oh, hang on, I forgot something. I forgot this. I forgot my thingamybobby. Right, there we go. First round. At the moment, there is no shift adjustment. Okay, so first attack. I get... Ooh, it's an exact strike. What a way to start the game, even though it gave me 3 monsters. I get a 4-3, which is an exact strike, so I get to add my shift to the damage. And he interrupts primary 5s and 6s. Nope. So I'm doing d6 minus 1 plus 2, so I'm rolling d6 plus 1 damage. Come on! Ooh, yes. 7 damage to the Warhound with the first attack. Second attack. Same again, please. I'll have the same again. No. Oh, hang on. I've got 2 shift, haven't I? So this becomes a 2. This becomes a 5. So I hit with the low swish. Unfortunately, he does interrupt primary 5s, so I'm getting a minus 2. So it becomes a d6 minus 1. Come on. 5 minus 1 is 4. He is dead. Excellent. My first 2 attacks, I'll take out the Warhound. Yes, thank you very much. Lovely job. However, the work dog now attacks back. He's got a 1 shift and... okay, mishap. The dog flinches and slips as it comes forward, afraid of your attack. It hits the wall, taking 1 damage. Yeah, I think killing the Warhound kind of put him off. So he takes 1 damage, he's down to 3 already. And he misses. My attack. Right, here we go. Just normal attacks now. I get a 5-5. I've got a 2 shift. Can't do it. I need 3 shift, don't I? I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. And doubles don't mean nothing in combat. So I can't do it. I miss. The work dog attacks back. Oh no. The dice gods giveth and the dice gods taketh. So he did a mishap. Now he does a prime attack. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Now, that's terrible. Okay, what does it say? The dog wrestles through your defense and slashes you with a paw and lose 1 hit point. Well, I mean, it could potentially do 3, well, with my modifier 2, but this is like an automatic damage. They don't have to take the risk of rolling. So I lose 1 hit point. I'm down to 19. He bit me. Right, swine. Now we're on to turn 3. My attack. Oh, so close to another exact strike, but we get 4-4. I've only got 2 shift, so I will do that. Secondary 2s. Nope. So we attack doing d6 minus 1 damage. 2 damage. Dang it. Still alive. He attacks back. I don't think he's going to hit with that, is he? He's a 4-3. So nope, that's a miss. We're on to round 4, which means we now have a +1 shift modifier. I attack. That's not good. I've got a 3 shift now. That's not good. I need 4. Dang it, I miss again. The doggy. This dog is not very good. Dog flinches, hits the wall, takes 1 damage, knocks himself out. He's dead. Woof, woof. Right, the dogs are both down. Now comes their master. Master. Oh dear. Right, here comes the adept. Right, now comes a question. What do I do in this situation? Normally, as we saw just now with the dogs, when you're up against more than one enemy, you basically take them on at the same time. So you attack and then they all attack. However, in this situation, we are told to attack the dogs first and then the adept. So what do I do here? Do I keep the fatigue dice or do I reset it? Level 2 rooms. So it says here, after the dogs face the adept. So he's not fatigued, but I am. So does that... The thing is that the shift adjustment dice doesn't give me a benefit. It gives opponents a benefit because you're getting tired and you're basically leaving openings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reset the combat fatigue dice for them. Again, I don't know how this is supposed to go. I can't find it in the book. And I've never actually come up against this situation. Normally, when I go into a room and there's multiple opponents, I've always fought all of them at once, as per the rules. The situation where you fight against some and then the others hasn't come up in my games or in my playtesting. So I'm thinking that I need to put the interrupt or the shift adjustment dice onto them. I'm thinking. And then this will be the fatigue counter for me and then for the adept. All right, let's do it this way. If it's wrong, I'm pretty sure Toby will confirm one way or the other afterwards. Okay, so my combat fatigue is at 4. Technically it'll be at 5 now. But theirs is at 1. So let's carry on now. Again, I will be going first. I don't have the potion anymore, so I'm just attacking once first. I've got a +2 shift only. I think I can get this out of those. So I get a 5-6, which is no good. I can't hit with either, so I miss. They attack and they've got a +3 shift. Oh, hang on. No, it should be +2, shouldn't it? If I'm at 5, it should be up 2. So they've got a 4 shift. That's not good at all. So they get a 5-1. They've got a 4 shift. 4-5 is their requirements. They can't do it. Oh, they needed one more shift. They can't do it. They need a +4 here and a -1 there. Okay, so they can't do it. Thank goodness for that. So they miss as well. However, for me, it is now turn 6. So they're now getting a +3 shift. And for them, it is their second turn. So I still get nothing. Oh, no. Right. My attack. I get a 1-4. I've got a 2 shift. I could make this a 3-4. Can't do it. I'm going to miss again, and I nuts. They're attacking. They've got a +5 shift. They get a 4-3. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay, so they can shift this up to a 5. So they hit a staff thrust d6 -1. However, my jerkin protects me against primary 4, so they get -1. So it's d6 -2. 0! Ha ha! Right, so they're on maximum shift. It's the next turn. So they're now at turn 3. I attack. I get a 4-6. I've still only got a +2 shift. No! No, I miss again. Oh, terrible. They've got a +5 shift. 1-1, can't shift. Okay, mishap. The adept seems to be strained and falls back. What do you mean? You've got so much advantage in this fight. You gain +1 shift on the next attack. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So they miss. Right, they are at the maximum shift, but they go up to turn 4. So now I am getting a +1 shift, plus the one I get on the next attack. So I'm getting a +2 this turn. Okay, come on. So I've got a +4 shift for this attack. I get a 3-2. Block on secondary 2s, -2 damage. So they're both the same, doesn't matter. So I will do +1 here and a +1 there. I'm doing a d6 -1. Excuse me. Yes, d6 -1. 5 -1 is 4 damage. Down to 6. Okay. They attack. Oh, hang on. I've got to use... Oh, I've got +1 there. Okay. So they're getting a +5 shift. They get a 5-3. So they can shift this up 2. This down 1. So they hit. D6 -1 damage. But my armor gives another -1. So D6 -2. Nuts. They do 4 damage. So I'm down to 15. Next turn, they are up to 5, so it's +2. So I'm at +2, they're at +3. So I attack. I've now got 4 shift. No. Oh, what's that? The third double one? A double one. Nuts. Ah, that's an automatic miss. Mishaps are only for enemies. For you, a double one is basically just a miss, and you can't shift. Oh, not so good. Okay, their attack, they're getting a +5. No! I think this is the second time or the third time that a double one's been followed by a double 6. Nuts! They put... Okay, but again, my armor's no good against 6s anyway. They pull a small vial free and throw it. It strikes and you seem to slow down. -1 shift for the next round, but no damage. Okay. So -1 shift for the next round. Okay. Could have been worse, I suppose. They are now at maximum, so I am also at +3 shift, so we don't need that anymore. Okay. So we're all at +3, except now I'm at -1 because of their prime attack. So I attack. I get a 6-5, almost a prime attack. So I get -1, so I've got a 4 shift. Yep, I can do that. 3, and then 1. So I get a low swish. I did D6 +1, but they're blocking secondary 2s, so it's D6 -1. Okay. 4 -1 is 3. They are down to 3 hit points. They attack. They have +5 shift. Ooh, jeez. Yep, they can do -2 there. Staff thrust, D6 -1, -2, so D6 -2. Swine! I'm on 12. This is not how I wanted level 2 to start. Next turn, I've got 5 shift. Double 5 -3 can make that a 2. They're blocking, so I'm getting a D6 -1. 1 damage, of course it is. They attack. They've got 5 shift. So 2 and 3. Yes, they can do it. 4, 5, they hit. Nuts. D6 -2. So 3, so they do 1 damage. I'm down to 11. My attack +5. I get a 6-5. 3 and 1. Yep, I can do a low swish. So D6 -1. 3 damage. They dead. Okay. My God, I'm down to almost half hit points. That wasn't good at all. Now, the dogs. I've got a spiked collar. I honestly don't know if that's going to be worth anything or whether I can use it for anything. But I'm going to write it down anyway. Spiked collar. I don't know if it's used in any kind of quest or anything. XP, I get 29. So I get 29 from the dogs. And they are done. Get out of here. The adept, right, the adept, I get 70. So I get 99 XP from this. Roll on. PT2 plus 2 and POT3. Okie doke. Right, so XP I get 99, so that will be 295 in total. Okay, happy with that. Almost at 300. I need 500 for the next level. Okay, now we roll for treasure. PT2 plus 2. PT2. PT2 plus 2. No, come on. 4 plus 2 is 6. There are some scarlet Aureatus leaves inside. Another herb. Okay, scarlet. Scarlet, God, how can I Aureatus leaves. Huh. What the Scarlet Aureatus, okay. A delicate red leaf with sterilizing properties that crumble when dried. Can be used in bandages, health paste, sterilizing powders, and dark shells. Okay, so it can be used in medicine and powder bombs. All right. Okay, that was in the pouch. And POT, what was it? POT3. POT, where are you? POT3. That was one of the small tables, wasn't it? Yeah. POT3, down the bottom here, D6. We get a 3, which is a potion of gain health. Okay. Potion of gain health. Now, I used a potion for this fight. Luckily, I did. Sort of got that warhound out the way. But I have got a gain health potion, which does what? Gain health. Gain 15 health points, can exceed baseline level. Ooh! So if I drink that now, that will actually take me up to 26. Ooh! That could be very useful. Or should I keep it? Extra healing gives me 30. I don't need that. But the gain health could be extremely useful. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use that straight away. I am going to use that straight away, and I'm going to go up to 26 health. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So, okay, first room, first encounter. We had kennels with an adept and doggies. Well, okay, so I'll just put up here kennel. We had some little kennels for doggies with a little water bowl outside. All right, and maybe there was a table over here for the adept and whoever to sit at. Okay. And I think, again, to keep these videos at a manageable length, I think that's going to be the end of part 6. We've looked at the town, how the town works, different things you can do in the town. We've also started level 2. We've had 1 fight against 3 opponents. We've come into a little bit of a question regarding the fatigue and shift adjustment when it tells you you've got to fight one group first and then the next group. Again, that's something I'll need to check afterwards. Maybe Toby or somebody can put into the comments below. Because personally, I haven't come across that before. So that will do for part 6. 1 room, 1 encounter. But like I say, we did have a look at the town. Now, continuing on, I may take a slightly different approach. I may do 1 or 2 other videos like this, but It took me 5 videos to finish level 1. So what I might do is maybe I might use a different approach for the video content for the levels. Maybe I'll do like a summary as I play each level, not necessarily a 100% sort of normal speed playthrough like I did with level 1. Maybe I'll do some kind of summary video for level 2. So I'll go over what happened kind of thing, maybe, possibly, maybe. But let me have a think about it, because I do enjoy doing it part by part. But like I say, I don't want to have like a 50 video long series. But we'll see, we'll see. I am really enjoying this game. I hope you guys are as well, for those of you who have received from the Kickstarter or who have downloaded the PDFs. Like I say, I will put down in the description when the game becomes freely available on DriveThruRPG. I will put the link down below when that happens. But if you're still waiting for your copies from the Kickstarter, they will be coming soon. Toby is sending stuff out at the time of recording. So have faith. So from Bjorn and myself, the start of level 2. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next video. And if you do enjoy these videos and my channel, please, please, please take a moment to like, subscribe, ring the bell, and put down those comments. All right, guys, thank you very much. I will see you later. Stay safe. Take care. Cheers.